A very warm welcome to our second 慈济 English volunteer training this year. My name is Xing Qing and I'm your MC for today. So before we begin, let us please rise and put our palms together to pay respect to the higher. You may do so according to your own religious methods. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. Let us sing the 慈济 anthem together. Let's put our palms together and recite the 慈济 10 precepts.
1. No killing. 2. No stealing. 3. No sexual misconduct. 4. No lying. 5. No drinking. 6. No smoking, using narcotics, or chewing betel nuts. 7. No gambling or speculation. 8. Practice filial piety and develop pleasant manners in speech. 9. Abide by traffic laws. 10. No participation in political events or demonstrations.
Thank you. You may put your palms down and let's recite the 慈济 mission statement.
慈济 mission statement. The Buddhist Tzu Chi Foundation carries on the Buddha spirit of great unconditional loving kindness and great universal compassion, and adheres to Venerable Master Ying Sun's noble aspiration for Buddha's teachings for sentient beings, to undertake the work of helping the poor and educating the wealthy. Therefore, our ideal is to cultivate loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity as we take action to save those in pain and suffering. We bring joy and relieve suffering, establishing a fresh and pure world of Tzu Chi. Our method is to nurture a wisdom that perfectly melds principles and practices as we actively invite good people of the world to cultivate this field of blessings together. By diligently planting countless heart lotuses, together we will create a society of love. Our task is to unify the 4 major missions of charity, medicine, education, and humanistic culture. Our spirit is one of sincerity, integrity, faith, and steadfastness. We deeply believe that all sentient beings are equal and that every person possesses Buddha nature. As long as we can enter through the door of compassion, we can get a glimpse of the majesty and beauty of the Buddha's teachings. As long as we can enter through the door of charity, those who give can attain blessings and be joyful, while those who receive can be saved and find peace. Life is impermanent. Our lives slip away with each passing day. We must take advantage of this precious life to plant good seeds and reap good fruits. Then we can avoid the regret of entering a mountain full of treasures but leaving empty-handed. Tzu Chi commissioners come together with wisdom and support each other with love. With these extraordinary causes and conditions, we join hands and take great strides on the Bodhisattva path. Because Tzu Chi commissioners all accept the Buddha's heart as their own heart, when one eye sees, thousands of eyes can see. Because we accept our teacher's mission as our mission, when one hand moves, 1,000 hands move. When we hear the cries of others in suffering, we immediately go to their aid and relieve them of their difficulties. This is no different from the 1,000 eyes and hands of Guanyin Bodhisattva. The same moon is universally reflected in the water of 1,000 rivers. The water of 1,000 rivers captures a single moon. The Buddha views all sentient beings with compassionate eyes, and the Dharma rain of his teachings fall on all universally, so that all can flourish. How compassionate, how wise. We, who are Tzu Chi commissioners, should practice the Tzu Chi path of goodness with right faith and right mindfulness. Through personal participation, we realize the truth of birth, aging, illness, and death, as well as formation, existence, decay, and disappearance. Through the planning and effort of many, we create Tzu Chi's enduring missions, which will be passed down and praised for generations. We will leave ourselves with beautiful memories, and our descendants will be proud of what we have done. To know what you have done in your previous lives, look at what you receive in this life. To know what will happen to you in a future life, look at what you do in this life. Human existence is difficult to attain, but we have already attained it. On the Bodhisattva path, we must be courageous and diligent so that love can fill our society. Then there will be a virtuous circle of goodness in the world. This is what it means to be a disciple of the Buddha's teachings, who cultivates both blessings and wisdom with right faith and right mindfulness. May these writings be used for all Tzu Chi volunteers to encourage each other.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. So very happy to be able to join all of you today for our English training session. And the theme for today is a really very interesting theme, attaining spiritual wealth with compassion. So I'm sure as Tzu Chi volunteers, all of us have experienced abundant spiritual wealth as we give of ourselves. And along the way, we cultivate our compassion and wisdom as well. So as commissioners, when we return to the abbot to be commissioned by Master Cheng Yen to be a Tzu Chi commissioner, we receive a tag that says 佛心师智, which means taking Buddha's heart as our own heart and taking Master's mission as our own mission. So have you ever wondered what it really means when we say taking Master's mission as our own? So today we are very honored and very happy to have Dharma Master De Yuan and Dharma Master De Tai from the Jingsi Abbot to share with us on this topic. So let us please rise and put our palms together and pay respect to Masters. Please bow. Okay, let's welcome Master De Yuan and Master De Tai. 感恩.
Dear Master Dharma Master Cheng Yuan, our Master De Tai, and also our brother and sister online. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. I'm so grateful that today I have another chance to share with you again. And of course, today we have another master sharing with you as well. She is Master De Tai, and Master De Tai, kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, good day everyone. I'm De Tai. I'm from Malaysian. I'm back to the Jingsi Abode in 2012. I've been here for 10 years. I'm happy to see you all online.
Okay, basically, as you all know that this foundation, we call it Buddhist Tzu Chi Charity Foundation. And since we have this Buddhist in front of us, I hope that every one of you may know some of the history about Buddhism. So now I wish Master Tertai to share with you all just briefly about Buddhism as well. Master Tertai, please.
Thanks. Long time ago, there is a story about an ordinary young man who was born in Lumbini. Now we call Nepal. He attained enlightenment more than 2,500 years ago. His name was Siddhartha the Prince. He seated himself beneath the Bodhi tree in the meditation posture and vowed not to rise from meditation until he had attained perfect enlightenment. Thus, the first word he said, amazing, amazing, all beings possess enlightened Buddha nature. He explained that human nature is intrinsically pure and innocent. However, one thought of ignorance gave rise to this illusory world, a temporary union of the four elements of earth, water, fire, and wind that arises and ceases. All living beings give rise to affliction to this illusory world, become more confused and create karma. So, how to overcome it? Through practicing Dharma. How we get the Dharma? In 1937, a baby was born. Our Dharma Master Cheng Yen was born in Qingshui, a small town in Taichung, Taiwan. As her biological father's brother was childless, at a young age, she was adopted by him and his wife to raise as their own, a common practice in that era. In her town, the young Dharma Master Cheng Yen was known as a very filial daughter to her parents. So I will be using Sangren in my sharing instead of Dharma Master Cheng Yen. In 1958, when Sangren was 21, an event have happened that would change her life. One day, her father suddenly took ill and he passed away. His death was great shock to Dharma Master Cheng Yen and propelled her to seek many answers about life and death. A life is taken away like this, so suddenly making her reflect. Why is life so transient? So what is the real meaning of life? She started to find out the true meaning of life and came to know Buddhism. So this is a unique thought by Sangren when she's young. So Yuan Shifu, I believe all of us can't wait to know about it. Can you share more about it?
Yeah. Talking about these unique thoughts, in fact, when Sangren was young, she did ask Master Siu Tao, and what kind of woman is the most blessed? And Master Siu Tao answer was, the woman who carries the grocery basket is the most blessed. I believe a lot of housewives may wondering. So as also for Sangren at that time, Sangren was wondering because every day she was very tired of buying grocery. But how can she become happy? So again, she asked Master Siu Tao about it. But Master Siu Tao would like her to experience and realize it by herself. So after a few days, when she go to the market and she would like to pay for what she had bought, so suddenly the notes and coins fell to the ground. And at that moment, she got it. So that's why Sangren always tell us that seize for the current moment and make it last for forever. So at that moment, what she realized that if the woman carrying the vegetable basket was most blessed because she had the power to take care of her family. But for Sangren, she felt that this type of life is pitiful. This is not what she wants. Why can't we be a person whom others can rely on, rather than be one who has to rely on others? In fact, at that moment, Sangren have came into contact with Buddhism. learning of the teaching, she gradually came to feel that one should expand the love for one's own family to the entire society and all humanity as well. So she aspired to take care of the great family of humanity instead of one small family. So Master think of that women can be independent and contribute more, just like Guan Yin Bodhisattva took on the female form to save people's lives. Of course, Master Sutta encouraged her as well, but whether or not she is able to achieve her wish depends on how much perseverance she has. So as we all know that Sangren shaved her head by herself, become a nun. And when she wished to join the ordination ceremony in the temple, she was rejected because she had not taken refuge in the Dharma master. So then by chance she met Venerable Master Ing Sun, a prominent monk and scholar in contemporary Chinese Buddhism, and took refuge under him. The Venerable said to her, "Karmic affinities have brought us together. Now that you have become a monastic, you must always remember to work for Buddhism and all living beings." And he gave her the Dharma name called Zheng Yuan. And she was thus able to undergo ordination in the temple. So over here, the sixth word has been given by our Great Master is, in Chinese, it's called Wei Fo Jiao, Wei Zhong Shen. So we can see that there's a few different translations, just like for Buddha's teaching, for all sentient beings, or work for the Buddhism and for all sentient beings. So I hope that every one of you can also remember it in Chinese, this six word, that is Wei Fo Jiao, Wei Zhong Shen. That's why we put on this Hanyu Pinyin, in Chinese we call it Hanyu Pinyin, so that you can memorize it. So I hope that you can memorize it and then pronounce it correctly. So maybe next time when you have chance to communicate or to have online, how should I say, the teleconference, then you can say it out to our Sangren as well. That is Wei Fo Jiao, Wei Zhong Shen. Then in 1966, Sangren has started Buddhist Tzu Marriage Society. And at that moment, as all of you know that we do not have any place to stay, but yet Sangren has started to help the poor. So everyone knows that we should relieve suffering with a concrete action. And we know that in fact, at that moment, we have a very important action that Sangren lead follower to do it daily. And this meaningful action has been spread to the whole world. And I would like Tai Sifu to share it with you.
Yes, the bamboo bank practice is very important to us. Master call on 30 housewives to save 50 cents from their grocery money every day before going to the markets. In addition, Master and the disciples make baby shoes to earn as donation income to help the poor. Therefore, the charity mission of helping the poor was started under the condition of scarce resources. The housewife put 50 cents into the into the bamboo coin bank every day and spread this idea of saving a little money each day to help needy families. 50 cents a day, after the 30 days, there will be a total of $15 a month. But some housewives will ask, why not we just give one time a total of $15 per month and it's more easier? But Master said, although the total amount was the same, but the meaning behind it was very different. If everyone could do this, it would benefit many people in the world. Word of the compassion spread from the market to others part of Hualien, and more people participated. So it's very important for us to practice the bamboo bank daily. Master hoped that everyone could give rise to a kind thought of helping others every day event with moments and not just one day a month. In 2008, Cyclone Nagis devastated Myanmar badly. Tzu Chi held several distributions to provide rice seed to farmers. Instead of money, a farmer called Utington saved a handful of rice every day to help others. He also shared Jingsi aphorism to his paddy field without using pesticide and has a good harvest every year. Many locals have been inspired to donate rice in the rice bank to help others. In Tzu Chi, there's a saying, grain of rice fill up a basket. Droplets of water form a river. In 2013, volunteers from Mozambique collected thousands of 5 medical coins, which currency of Mozambique, from the poor in their country. The money was put into the upcycle bag made of rice sack and presented to Master Cheng Yen. This is also symbolized the idea of the bamboo bank. Master was deeply touched and used Taiwan dollars to buy the coin to help with the Typhoon Haiyan disasters relief work in the Philippines. The coin were also specially used to make the red packets of blessing and wisdom for Mozambique. Tzu Chi began 57 years ago because Master could not bear to see people suffering. And with faith that everyone possesses Buddha nature within, she integrated the Buddha teachings into Tzu Chi mission so volunteers could put the Buddha's teaching into daily practice. So Master Te Yuan, from the bamboo bank era, Sangren had begun the charity mission. Can you please share with what is the important message behind and what should we do?
Yeah, of course. Just now, Pastor have already shared with you about the bamboo bank era. It had been spread even over the world as well. And now, whenever there's any disaster happen, when we sharing with all these refugees or whatsoever, we also tell them about this because we like to in fact enlighten them to cultivate the blessing as well. So in terms of the charity mission, so everyone knows that in fact in Tzu Chi we have 4 missions. There is charity, medicine, education, and humanistic culture. So in terms of charity mission, so the Tzu Chi volunteers and company and care for the care recipient until they are independent. This is very important. And for when they depart from this life, such a spirit of compassionate great love has become the hallmark of Tzu Chi mission of charity. So in the mission of charity, our living bodhisattvas eliminates the suffering of people during disaster, even though in rich country. So as picture shown that the relief of caring given not only in Taiwan but spread over to the whole world. So in fact, helping the poor is an act of compassion and kindness. It inspires the rich to purify people's hearts from desire. Likewise, the poor are motivated to help those less fortunate than them. It brings out to the nature of Buddha beyond material offerings. That's why just now that the bamboo coin bank is also in this way as well. So over here, you can see that after participating in the Tzu Chi for some time, there's some volunteers have their thoughts, and they are sharing with us that there is a profession in the Tzu Chi, benefiting others instead oneself, elevating the intrinsic sufferings of others rather than short-term assistance. So Dharma, our Shangren, has dedicated her whole life to inspire and transforming others to live meaningful life. Of course, Tzu Chi volunteers no matter, or social work will also serve as an infinite identity of the Dharma Master Cheng Yen, who want to alleviate the suffering, providing comfort and happiness to the needy. And also, of course, always we have to have a singular mindset. We must pious pray in one accord for peace in the world. So in every cases of the care recipient, we actually depict the Four Noble Truths. So when we focus on suffering, we reflect darkness. And when we focus on solution, we reflect the Bodhisattva path to end the suffering. And when we focus on gratitude, we reflect blessing. So, Tai Sifu, what is the role and responsibility of the cultivator who is live at the abode? And how should we pass on master teaching and religious spirit to Tzu Chi volunteer?
In abode, every one of us have our own responsibility from the daily activities we are practicing: self-supporting, diligent, frugal, self-discipline, endure hardship, and no work, no meal. In 2008, because of the Typhoon Marapi affected the southern of Taiwan, we got chance to go to help and clean for the returns. Because we are integrate work, life, and cultivation into one. Life of the Dharma in daily life. When we serve, we learn it. As we learn, we awaken. As we awaken, we serve. Master idea of cultivation is not to focus on the cultivation of oneself, but to inspire and nurture living bodhisattvas to help people in suffering. Life at the abode could be simple, and cultivators do not need to work so hard. As first generation disciple of Master, every one of us here, including you, also the first generation disciple of Master, we must completely clarify ourselves, contributing our lifetime, work extra hard, and endure hardship that others are not willing to endure. In abode, we are preserving basic life skills like hand washing clothes. Do not use lift but take the stairs. Take it as exercise. We walk more than 10,000 steps daily. Washing bowl and plate, chopstick after every meal. We do not have any dish washing machine. Live a simple, frugal, and diligent life. We should not indulge ourselves in comforts. If we do, our basic human capacities will be lost and we won't be able to take care of ourselves. Furthermore, reduce our afflictions. The work at the abode is very busy and tiring. Be willing to work hard without complaints to form good affinities with many people. Every morning after breakfast, some of us have the duty to sweep the lifts. It is hot during summer and cold in winter. Although it is a small thing, but it trains us to be mindful. As Jing Si aphorism said, while sweeping, we should sweep away that afflictions in our mind. All donations received go to Tzu Chi humanitarian work. The abode income comes from monastic working on various tasks, including producing and selling powder drink mixes, instant rice, candles, and publication based on master teaching. We are not only concerned about the well-being of people living at the abode, but also care about Tzu Chi volunteers, provide food and accommodation when they visit. So we support to Tzu Chi. We work not only to earn a livelihood to support residents at the abode, but also provide for all the volunteers staying at the abode. We also shoulder the responsibility to take care of the world, help people indeed take care of the Tzu family, pass on the Jingsi Dharma lineage, spread the Dharma around the world, and more important is create a cycle of love. In walking the Bodhisattva's path, we will face many challenges. Don't lose faith in dealing with people and matters. That is the opportunity for us to cultivate ourselves. Time and environment keep on changing. Master hope that our heart of cultivation, our aspiration to take care of the world, pass on the Dharma and walk the Chichi path with always remain firm. So after I sharing the life of the abode, Yuan Shifu, do you have unique experiences how someone care of the world? Can you share with us?
Yeah, thanks. In fact, I have been coming back to the abroad since in year 2006. Of course, at that moment, I was thinking of what can I do with my life and career that is most meaningful and fulfilling. So, of course, over here, there's an incredible affinity that I'm back to the Jingxi abode. And of course, starting with the spiritual cultivation, we have constantly adapting and learning as well. Over here, we should exercise the physical strength, our speed, endurance, perseverance, and also learn to communicate and interact with others. Of course, when we're talking about the communication, so because of I'm Malaysian as well, and when I come back to Taiwan, so normally over here they are speaking the Taiwanese language, or with what we call Minnan. So sometimes during the communication, we also have some a lot of joy, happy things that happen as well. So this is we should overcome it from time to time. So one of my previous duty was manufacturing the Jingxi rice. And at that moment, I was involved in a few international debates. And today, one of them which I would like to share with you all is the civil flood happened in Pakistan. So in fact, this civil flood happened in year 2010, or somewhere in July and August. And we have received it and we have prepared total 103 tons of Jingxi rice by end of September and sent it out earlier October. And beside that, we also sent out 25,000 pieces of blankets, and all the material reached by 27th of October in Pakistan. So over here, maybe you may have wondered what is Jingxi rice. Jingxi rice or instant white rice, in fact, can be prepared by using hot or cold water, and you do not need to cook it. But of course, the quantity that needed is really a lot, and then we cannot produce it by our normal shift. So we have to start production line into two shifts. Of course, the first shift is follow our abort, the abort life. So we started it at 3:30 a.m. But of course, in fact, if you like to warm up the machine, operate the boiler, and also do some preparation work, then I should wake up even more earlier. That is on 2:30 or 2:30 in the morning time. Of course, in the morning when I wake up at that moment, I could feel the tranquility of the dawn, and also, of course, that is why I can do that. And then it's about, I think, bills. I can't remember how long how long I have that do it as well. But of course, it's our mission and also commitment at that moment. So over here, the stock, in fact, was kept in other building. As such, we use this method to slide down the 15 kgs rice for each pot. So over here, you can see one of the video clip. So this is the idea. a design with the concept of slippery slide so that the box can slide down. They remove the box from the end, and this can save the electricity and the time as well, and also saving manpower. This such beautiful scene is a historical moment which we will not be forget as well. So over here, as you can see that of course we need a lot of volunteer and staff help to carry it, and total we have calculated, we have total moved about 4,700 boxes within 1.5 days. Beside that, we put the boxes on the pallet, then affix the sticker. Why we need to affix this sticker? Because in Pakistan, the sticker is in Arabic language. So we have to prepare this so that it can go out or ship out smoothly. Of course, then it has to pull to another area by the trailer and then to tie it with a yellow string. As you can see that this one pallet is 470 kg. So we have to, of course, our board master also helping on that, and with the helping by the staff as well. So over here, we have to remove that 15 kg rice from the pallet, tie it with the red, yellow strap, and then arrange it on the pallet. And because all this happened in the airport, that's why our board master, can help to contribute in whatever way. So this is the real actual scenes of loading, and a total of 103 tons of rice was sent out on 2nd of October in 2010. Maybe you may ask, did I feel tired? I will tell you yes. But when I saw the victim having the rice to fulfill the hunger, I feel much relief and happy. We know that the affinities of Bodhisattva are with suffering sentient beings. So although I was not physically there in Pakistan, I had put effort into producing the rice. The body can be tired, but the spirit must not. For the spirit is the fountain of wisdom. And we can see that every family have received 15 kg of ginseng rice and 4 pieces of blanket. And we have helped about 6,800 families at all. So sometimes when people may not understand why we are helping people far away from us, that is from Taiwan. But we know that this is to create blessing. So when we see people doing good things, we will joyful and praise them. On the other hand, if we are unhappy to see others do good, slander them and spread meaningless rumors, this creates bad karma. And each evil deeds will produce a negative cause, which also become a sin. So making changes is very hard, but we must have to determine to do it. We want to change, and we must do it now, not say let me take my time. If we take our time, we continue to act out of our habitual tendency and will quickly forget the wholesome teaching. We will still be led by our karmic condition, be drawn deeper in this trap step by step. And Sangren always remind us to be mindful and hope everyone can practice mindfulness in every moment. As we all know, at the same year, in 2010, 19th of July, Buddhist Chichi Foundation has granted a special consultative status as the UN Economy and also Social Council. And Sangren wants to see Buddhism being put into action at every corner of the world. Buddhist work is to relieve suffering and care for all sentient beings. It also could purify people's heart by eliminating ignorance and evaluating the spirit of great love. Consequently, more people were willing to help while enriching themselves through contribution. Of course, Sangha expected us to bear more responsibility to spread great love. With hope, we can leave a living legacy in the history. Master is grateful to everyone for their selfless giving and contribution as well. So over now, we know that there's the war happened, and in response to the humanitarian disaster resulting from fire in Ukraine, Tzu Chi will distribute 45,000 gifts and cash cards to refugees displaced by the conflict. So Tzu Chi humanitarian response in Ukraine and surrounding countries include direct financial aid, relief material, and emotional care to refugees in Poland, as well as medical assistance, protection for women and children, psychological assistance, food shipment, and other types of aid for refugees and displaced people in Poland, Romania, Moldova, and also Ukraine. So, but anyway, our numbers in Poland are small. What can we do for them? So we must work with others, find people with the same compassion and direction. And this is why we are blessed to have friends like UNICEF, Israel, the Canadian Disaster Services International Foundation, and the Polish Women Can Foundation. So although our faith may be different, but the strength of our faith, our mission to serve humanity, and the values of gratitude, respect, and compassion are the same. As such, Tzu Chi has entered a partnerships and collaboration agreement with this organization. So, latest part, for us as the Abode monastic, we always follow Sangha teaching, and Sangha teaches us. Although we cannot experience the pain for them, but we must have a sincere emphatic heart to feel the pain when others are hurt and sorrow when others suffer. This compassion and love is one beyond boundary, without discrimination over aesthetic and faith. Since we are volunteers of Tzu Chi, sometimes there will be some question asked by the volunteer as well. So, if anyone asks you, are Tzu Chi volunteer Buddhists? Do they practice chanting? So what is the answer? The answer is yes. We emulate the heart of Buddha to walk on the path of Bodhisattva. Subsequently, if you ask, do Tzu Chi volunteer meditate? You may answer that we uphold the aspiration of master life after life, and to walk on the path of Bodhisattva with a meditative mind. So infinity arises from one, just as Tzu Chi arose from a single thought. So at last, I would like to ask Tai Sifu to share about what is the mission statement when you read out at the beginning.
Okay, the Tzu Chi mission statement was written when Tzu Chi was first established to encourage the area's Tzu Chi members to serve as the guardian direction for Tzu Chi. After more than 50 years, Master said her sentiments have not deviated by a single word or line. The mission of Tzu Chi remains the same. I'm even very touched myself for being able to remain steadfast to these works even after such a long period of time. To still hold the same beliefs, to keep advancing step by step, and to have volunteers continually joining the ranks of Tzu Chi on this path. Dharma Master Cheng Yen explained, this is what I said when Tzu Chi first began, and it is the spiritual concept of Tzu Chi. After I had written it, Dharma Master In Sun also reviewed it. So this is a rich passed down from master to apprentice. So this is the end for my today's sharing. Hope everyone will gain on it. Lastly, I'm wishing everyone healthier and happy learning. Hope to see all of you in 金丝 Abroad soon.
Yeah, thank you, Master. 太师傅. So also over here, recently we know that Shangren keep on telling us about this word. So it's called 和心. He. She even used sign language to present it. So the words 人, 人, and then 意, right? So how to do it in terms of the sign language? So it put it at this 核心 because over here there's our mouth, there's just like a mouth. Okay, so when everybody unite into one, then the strength will be more powerful. As we know that in unity we stand, in harmony we strive. So I hope that everyone has been benefited from this course and take good care. So hope everyone will be happy and healthy in your life. Thank you and 感恩.